I want my sword.
Okay. I'll kick us off, and then I'm just going to turn it over to you for whatever's going on over there. All right, you ready?
And we're back at it again, drinking with our best friends. Pour a glass of something nice. What you drinking tonight? Grab a seat and settle in. Crack a bottle, let's begin. Nothing left to wait for. It's the third pour.
Hey guys, welcome to the third pour. I'm the Doc, and I'm joined by my brother Izzy. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm ready to attack this blind box.
I'm glad you brought that because that's exactly what the blind box deserves. A little show and tell. What do you got there?
I got a Claymore.
Okay.
Yeah, this was actually on set of Braveheart.
Come on.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
How come I didn't know that?
I never tell anyone. It was signed by Mel Gibson.
That is so cool.
It is not true.
I didn't say none of that is true. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't see any signatures anywhere.
I mean, yeah, there's none, but it is a real Claymore, though.
That's badass.
Yeah. So I figured, since it's a blind box and it's St. Patrick's Week, Blood of Khaldun.
Guys, this is very controversial. I post this every year to my Facebook. St. Patrick was Italian, so
I believe it.
Do the research that's out there, folks.
How many people that you know from the old country that like snakes?
None.
The minute he made it to Ireland.
Yep. So we'll get back on track here for a minute, folks. So as you see, this is the blind box in front of us, and you guys you've seen us before. You know what this is. We've got between 50 and 60 samples in there, maybe a little bit less now since we've been doing some filming. These are all double blind samples of bourbons that are spread about between three houses. My wife poured them all, wrote a number on the jar, wrote a number on the envelope of what's actually in the jar. So we've got things from Pappy and George T. Stagg in there all the way down to the bottom shelf, Heaven Hills and Mellow Corns and all that stuff. We got everything in between there. So we never know what we're going to draw. We never know what it's going to be. And that's the whole point of our show. We want to remove bottle bias, and our tagline is "Don't drink the hype."
Exactly.
You guys should drink what you enjoy drinking, not what you're told to drink.
Absolutely correct. And it is the most humbling experience ever.
Terrible experience.
The blind box giveth and it taketh.
It generally taketh.
It always taketh.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, you got the last three.
I've gotten a couple of them, but the blind box has got a very lengthy lead on me. It's about to lap me. So
I sit around. I'm like, I think I know what it is, boss.
I know. Yeah. Well,
shall we?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
You want to draw, Iz?
Absolutely.
Here we go.
I wish Charles had hands. That'd be super cool.
I know. Get him in here to draw.
Did draw? Yeah. I'm gonna throw you on the floor.
There we are.
All right.
Left it a mess from last time.
A little bit
threw
of
those
a
in there. We
mess.
were a little sauced up, I guess.
Let's see. When are we not? 57.
57. There we are. 57. 57 will take us to heaven.
Oh, look at us rhyming. I feel like Julio right now.
You always do the rhyme, so I figured I'd jump in and do it for you.
Well, you know
this
what?
time.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like a bourbon.
It looks like a bourbon.
A little dark. A little,
Yeah, looks... yeah, it looks like a bourbon.
I am, at this point right now, when we look at it in the jar, I am like the most excited I'm going to be, and I also have the most dread I'm going to feel. Because once we crack it open and pour it in our glasses, it's on. Then it's like, we get to the science of it. All right, what's it taste like? What are you picking up? Is it going to give me heartburn? Is it, am I going to get a rash from it? I hope not.
I hope
And that's a full, that's like filled right to the
filled it
brim.
up.
Yeah, that's...
She's like, yeah. So I hope it's good.
And we've got a demper, so if we don't like it, we don't have to drink bad bourbon.
I agree.
And normally I save some in there, but the hell with it. We're going to live tonight.
We're going to do it tonight.
All right, let's get to nosing. Maybe we'll get something good. You taste it 3 times before you taste it. First, you taste it with your eyes, checking how it swirls the glass, how it clings to the glass. The second one, you taste with your nose. And then the third one is when you actually taste it. So
that's really interesting. So you taste it with your eyes first by watching the legs, right? Which is what, the mash bill?
The legs is the viscosity, how thick it is.
Viscosity, that's
oily,
right.
The oiliness of it. And it's got a gorgeous color to it. I love that color. It's that copper penny color. I know the camera never does it justice. It's got a pretty good viscosity. It's clinging pretty nice to the glass, so it feels like it's going to be thick and oily, which is another thing I enjoy, another good sign.
Yeah.
Let's get to nosing. We ready?
I am.
I'm so nervous.
I am too. This has been a rough week. It's been, St. Patrick's week is always rough because it's 2 things that you love but you can't marry. Like Ireland. Northern Ireland.
Southern Ireland.
There you go.
There you are.
In England. Yeah.
Ooh. Wait a minute. That's weird. That was like it smelled like wine.
Yeah.
All right, so it's finished.
Explain the finished part.
Well, all right. And I don't know if it's finished or not, but I'm guessing it's finished.
Well, I mean, I want to know what that means.
So there's different things like different companies will do. They'll after they mature their bourbon or their whiskey in their first barrel, they'll sometimes use a finishing barrel. That's how you get like double oak stuff. That's how you get toasted stuff. And sometimes they'll use wine barrels that have already been used. So you're going to pick up some of that wine stuff, those different wine flavors. I wonder if this is finished in a wine barrel of some sort or. Ooh, wait! You know what? Wait a minute. I want give me some nosing notes before I say this because if I say this, that's going to be the only thing that you can smell.
Well, no, I do it to you all the time.
I know.
So let's be fair. Go ahead, do it to me.
Are you getting a little Sharpie on that? Is this going to be one of GT's single malt things, or am I like just paranoid now? It's like it's finished or it's single malt is where I'm at off the nose.
The blind box can't hurt you here. You're safe.
It's the blind box in the room right now with us, is he?
Where did it touch you on the doll?
That's right. The blind box, yes. That'll be.
It touched me here, My
That's
soul.
what we need. We need to. You know what? We need to get a blind box doll and sell it. The third pour little T-shirt says "Don't drink the hype," and you can point out on the doll where the blind box hurt you.
My son actually, he does a lot of crocheting. He can actually make it.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's
really
so
good.
cool.
It is.
That's a skill, man.
It is. It's the coolest thing ever. He made me a hat. It was the warmest hat ever. Okay, so you said Sharpie. I'm getting that port.
You're getting like a port. You're getting a wine finish.
Yeah.
All right, I'd rather it be wine finish than port finish. So maybe we'll get lucky. Are we ready to taste?
Slante.
Oh, Maron. Ugh, that's a smoky, malty.
It is. You don't like it, Doc?
I do not. That's not my flavor profile. I don't mind the smoke a little bit. That's kind of nice, but that malt profile is just not.
It's like a very strong butterscotch.
No.
No? Maybe
Hang on.
toffee.
Hang
Bitter
on.
toffee. A bitter toffee. It's like one of those, cheap Mexican candies you get. You're like, it's not supposed to taste like, crappy watermelon. I'm right. Or the Vietnamese candy you get from the Asian Amigos or whatever.
I don't go there. I don't know what that place is.
It's the greatest place in the world.
Other than their Here we go, folks. Just go along for the ride.
I don't go to that. I don't go to those. I don't believe you.
I am. All right. Well, let's talk about the finish. Let's do the whole thing before we rate it.
All right. Here's the thing that's throwing me off. To me, it's very, very salty at the very back of that, but when it goes in from the front, it's very thick. Like you could chew it.
It's very thick and oily, which normally I like if I like the flavor profile, and I'm just not. It's just not my flavor profile on this. The finish, you get that hug at the end of that. The finish is medium to long. It lingers there. There is that saltiness on the back end. It's weird. There's that saltiness on the back end.
Like anchovies.
Like anchovies, which I'm not a huge fan of since my brother forced me to eat one as a kid when we were little at my grandmother's house.
I love them.
I want to love them. And if I'm going to make a tomato sauce or something like that, I'll fry them up in the oil and sometimes use them. But I won't tell people because people are like, oh, it's disgusting. It just adds a flavor of umami. But I've got to hide them because just to eat them out of the can, I just can't do it.
That's fair.
Bad trauma from when I was a kid. Thanks, Double D. That's my brother. Bastard. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's malty. It's some sort of single malt. Maybe the Stranahan's single malt. Maybe the Balcony single malt. It's warm. If single malts are your jam, watch. It's going to be something I love. It's not even going to be anywhere near a single malt, right?
I bet you it is, though.
I think it is.
I think you're right on this one. But you don't like that saltiness. I love salt. I was like the Jefferson's Ocean Cats.
I love that, but I don't love this.
Yeah, this is different though. I bet you it's gonna be one of
some weird malty.
Some weird GT thing.
So, folks, our rating system. We've got a 6-point rating system. Number 1 is our top shelf. That's going to be something that you enjoy for special occasions throughout the year. Number 2 is our Friday night pour. You survived a long week and you're going to chop it up with one of your buds and you want something special. You want to kind of elevate that experience. You break out something a little bit nicer. Number 3 is our everyday sipper. That's going to be the thing you hit like on the Tuesday night after the gym when you're making dinner for the family, Number 4 is our cocktail base. That's going to be the bottle that maybe it's not something you enjoy neat or on an ice cube, but it's got a pop of flavor that'll probably stand up in a cocktail. Number 5 is the bar bottle. That's to try it before you buy it. And number 6 is the bottom shelf, the regret bottle. We do have a few of those. We've seen some of those. Mm-hmm. Looking at you, Duck Club. Mm-hmm. Penelope Omega. It's behind you.
I had that shiver go down my spine.
So, all right, I'm gonna cut the line and go first.
Please.
For me, this is a bar bottle, right? There's a lot of single malt whiskeys and bourbons out there. Not bourbons, but single malt whiskeys out there in the market. There's obviously a market. Some people love this stuff. For me and for my palate profile, it's just not what I enjoy. It's not something I'm gonna gravitate towards. It's not something I'm ever gonna want to drink. So for me, that would be a bar bottle. Try it before you buy it.
I was just about to say that. Bar bottle.
Bar bottle with you.
It might be someone else's palate, like mine.
Yep.
You don't like anchovies. I love anchovies. Yep. So
I almost would take an anchovy over this. Almost.
Really?
Almost.
Wow.
Maybe. Probably
For
not,
me,
though.
it's a little bit too oily.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it was thick. It does cling to the glass.
Yeah. That's why I don't like a lot of 1792 stuff because it's just too.
It's really oily. The Barton stuff is, yeah. I was at Sam's Club up in Fayetteville earlier this week, and they had, they have the Members Mark bourbon.
Oh yeah.
They've got a single barrel now. It's like 115 proof.
Really?
For like 18 and change.
Oh my god.
So the next time I'm up there, I'm gonna have to pick up a bottle because it's single barrel Barton is what it is. So it's like 1792 single barrel, but.
Let's see what. But
it's a lot less.
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
So I am not. I'm not going to finish this. I'm going to dump this. So don't have to think about that. Are we going to reveal? Do you have any guesses? Proof wise? I don't know.
I want to cheat and I can't.
Those security envelopes.
It is.
Proof wise, I got a little bit of a hug. It's probably in that 105.
I can't cheat. What is it?
I don't know what those malt ranges typically are. I can't imagine it being more than that. It didn't burn my mouth. It didn't hang out.
It just wasn't enough to really keep me interested.
That Jack that we warmed up with tonight probably had a warmer hug than that, and that Jack was 100 proof. So I put that within 5 points of that 100 proof, plus or minus 95 to 105, somewhere in there. You want to do it? You want to pop it open?
Absolutely. I have a feeling, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be something GT found that's one of those weird.
Yeah.
Because he does find alternative bottles, if you will.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Don't come to my house. We got blades.
Lots of them, apparently.
We do. I wanted to be a ninja at one point.
So did I.
And I ended up working at Best Buy. Not Best Buy, GameStop. Smelling like fish. Ready?
Yep.
Hidden Barn. Small batch. Scene 2. Series 2. Batch number 1. 112 proof.
Wow, I was off on the proof. Hidden Barn, small batch, series 2, batch number 1. I don't even know what a hidden barn is. Go to the Google.
Go to the Google. To the Google.
Pardon us, folks, but I don't know what that is. Have you guys ever had Hidden Barn? That's wild. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I don't know who makes it. I will say this, though. It did not drink anywhere near 112 proof.
No, it was interesting. But it tasted young on the back end.
Yeah, it did. It's weird. It's in my mouth now. It's weird.
Yeah, no.
It's weird. It's not
It's a crafted bourbon barrel launched in 2022. Yeah. High profile collaboration between some of the industry's respected names. The brand is known for its blending for flavor philosophy, focusing on small batches. Sometimes as few as 3 barrels to showcase the unique nuances of each blend rather than aiming for identical consistency across batches. So the team behind the bottle, the brand gained immediate attention due to the star power of its founders, Jackie Zakin. You know who that is? He was the former master taster of the Old Forester.
Yeah, wow.
She is the primary architect of Hidden Barn's flavor profile.
Well, this one, in my opinion, should have stayed hidden.
I agree.
We should have kept that in the back of the barn and not brought it to the front of the barn. Small batch. Guys, if you've tuned into the Doc Stews and Don'ts, you learned on the 3rd episode of the Doc Stews and Don'ts, small batch could mean 3 barrels or it could mean 30,000 barrels. They mix them all together to get a consistent flavor profile, and they bottle it up. Batch number 1, I would. This is right up GT's alley.
I got a feeling it's a GT bottle.
Yeah, it's got to be. I don't think I have this in my collection. Right, it's got enough uniqueness and different things, and it's got that malty flavor. He probably loves this thing. I will say that it's a conversation bottle, though.
It is, absolutely.
Like, if you brought this to a bottle share and everyone was like, 2 different types of bottle shares: organized bottle share, where everyone kind of like, hey, here's a bottle I brought, everyone take a sip, and you kind of talk about it. And then there's the free-for-alls that we do with you guys, where there's 700 bottles and everyone's just going to town. If you went to like the organized one, this is one worth a conversation.
I agree.
It's just not something that hits my flavor profile. So.
Me neither.
Guys, if you've had Hidden Barn, let us know. Like I said, this was the Series 2 batch number 1. If there's other ones out there that are better or ones that you've enjoyed, let us know. And we really appreciate you hanging out with us here on the 3rd pour.
If you enjoyed it, let us know. If you didn't, fight us.
He's got a sword.
I got several.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks for hanging with your friends. Hope you like what you heard tonight. Time to finish up your flight. Gotta go, but don't you We'll have more bourbon tastings, yeah.